My name's Sarah Jones. I'm representing the Australian Water Association at Where the Waters Meet in Hobart in 2019. With me is Ros Cardinal from Shaping Change, and Ros has just been part of our diversity and inclusion session this afternoon. Thank you, Ros. What is the key message you hope the audience took home from your presentation today?
I talked about unconscious bias and the role of our human instincts in the biases that we have. And I guess the key takeaway that I'd like anybody to take away from that is the fact that because we're human, we have biases. We can't help it. It's simply part of who we are and what we are. And just because we see somebody behaving in a way that we think is biased doesn't mean they know what they're doing, because a lot of the time it's unconscious, and if it's unconscious, you don't know what you're doing. And it's really about becoming more aware of what you're doing, a bit of self-awareness, a bit of checking in and going, what's actually playing out for me? Is this something that I need to pay more attention to? So I guess the big takeaway would be that, what I'd really like people to do is just be more aware of it, pay more attention, start to think more about what they're doing and why they're choosing to do it.
I attended the presentation, and I think that was definitely my take home. And what is the first step an organisation could take in addressing unconscious bias in their business or within their workforce?
The very first thing is about awareness, and one of the things I'm finding organisations are telling me is that they're doing quite a lot of diversity training in organisations, but what's actually starting to come out is that certain parts of the population, and to be honest, it's often white men in senior positions, are actually starting to feel almost victimised, this sort of feeling that it's our fault. And so it's about presenting in a way that emphasises the fact that a lot of it is unconscious. It's not their fault, it's just a matter of being aware of it and, retraining our brains. And that's something that I've been a little bit concerned about, the fact that I do hear people feeling a little bit like the tables are starting to turn too much. Yep. It's starting to turn to the point of people feeling victimised. I mean, look, we could argue that, people who are in diverse groups get victimised anyway, so, but that's the way that it goes. But what we actually want people to come out of that feeling like they actively want to do something about it, because you've got to be aware of it, and then you've got to want to do something with it. And if you walk out of something feeling victimised, the barriers go up and people are less likely to want to do something. So it's presenting it to people in a way that's non-judgmental. It's about how do we just become more aware of what we're doing, shed light on it, want to do something about it, and then how do we become much more inclusive.
Fantastic. Thank you very much for your time today. We've had a fantastic session in the diversity and inclusion component of the program, and it's great to see the alignment with AWA's new Strategy 22.